Onwards and whatever words. Oh, that's not at all what I wanted to do. That's not at all what I wanted to do. That's what I wanted to do. So yes, I'm within Blackborough under the assumption that the key is around here somewhere, and I just haven't quite understood how. There's just something that's confusing me. What are those tent symbols? Asked Van Whitman in chat. Well, this is furry camp. End of sentence. I figured that'll explain it all. You need no further information required. Who's attacking me? Goodbye, Null Cleric. Goodbye. I accidentally recast my elemental instead of but anything off stream, Aspect Lad. Nope. If I said I was going to, I lied. The key is well hidden betwixt her enormous dreams and ambitions, I agree. So, by the way, I've discovered that you don't need to ever press attack. She will just attack on her own. You do not need to press the button. I'm sure I knew that from the previous game. Yeah. We're here, we're in furry camp, killing all the furries. What else would we be doing? That's the plot of the game. This game is go to furry camp. Oh, I can't complete this thought. I mean, there's nothing left unexplored. Yeah, that's right. That's what I do. Does the message on the door say again, Aspect Lad? Well, we're about to find out. Was this a random one? Was it just a random one? You are concerned by the lack of resistance so far. According to the Rangers of Shorefall, this area should have been packed with gnolls, but you have met far fewer than anticipated. You must press forward while you have the initiative. I have the initiative! I rolled a 1 for initiative. Just gonna sit here and initiative my way to not going anywhere. I like, by the way, how the one with the key ring was right next to the door. No, Van Whitman, does she talk ever? The narrator voice is the narrator voice. A gnoll soldier. I forgot that one could fail. A gnoll soldier, otherwise known as a gnolger. But the battle system gets even more boring when you realize you don't have to press the attack button for her to attack. You just sort of get in position and then, I don't know, go to sleep? No, cast that as it's needed. Go to sleep. I'm going to replace the town portal in that slot because I'm afraid of accidentally using the town portal. It's the most harmless thing for me to put there. Her voice is even deeper than the narration. It's like a female Christopher. No, Dan. She has this voice right here. This is my standard, very effeminate woman's voice. Oh, I have no mana. At least she's not encumbered again, says Joshua in chat. I managed not to screw up one thing. Well, she's always encumbered in a way. Exactly, Dan. Exactly. That's the she's been smoking since she's been chain smoking since she was 3 years old voice. Ooh, I'm close to level 18. But what I'm actually looking for is encumbrance. I am fine. Now I stand here. Isn't this game exciting? Sometimes you just stand around. That's the exciting part of the game. When you just sort of stand there. Aren't you excited by video games? I like the Galaxy Brain style icons for the stats, says McClad. I mean, that's the most Galaxy Brain one, but even, yeah, like the strength and speed and such are pretty, actually, what the hell are these two? Attack rating. Okay, so that's how much hit and how much dodge or defend. You watch a dirt wall, says Van Whitman. You know, sometimes it's important to watch the walls. The walls have eyes, you know. I don't trust bridges. It is the hills that have eyes, yes, Meglad. I even, like, noticed that in my own thinking about what I'd said, but I just decided to run with it. They grew them when they became alive with the sound of music, says Meglad. The hills are alive, and they have eyeballs. To make that fit the, to make that have the right number of syllables, I had to go with eyeballs instead of eyes, which made it so much worse. You know what hills we're talking about. Those claymation-esque animations, hills, and indeed every inanimate object has eyes. Yes, Dan. So, I have been tootling about with using AI and so much trickery to convert videos into claymation, into, you know, quasi-claymation. Theoretically, it could be used to convert it into any style. AI is imaginative, by which I mean busted. So long as this game is exceedingly boring, I could describe in genuinely excruciating detail how I made those. But I feel like probably nobody actually wants to know the excruciating details. You can read the code if you want to know the excruciating details. This second level doesn't seem a lot harder than the first. There are no pups, they're just guards now, but it's still just like, I rate this out of 10. The Star Trek TMP transporter accident scene in claymation. TMP... The hell is TMP? It's the most exciting game on your channels, Joshua. Yeah, it's exciting. TMP. Oh, the motion... Okay. I do not recall people using those TLAs for the movies. There's not a lot of gnolls, says Van Whitman. There is a weird, like, it's... I'm facing very little resistance and not even that many gnolls. Is this progress? Is this the way down? Is this just more something? Let's see if I can draw you down here just to make sure that, nope. What I was trying to accomplish there is not getting two of them at once, but, big fails on that. Big fails. Curious how the, AI would perceive real claymation, says, Dan in chat. Somebody... Who was... I don't remember now who. Somebody suggested doing the reverse. Running the style changing for realism, and trying to turn, like, an Aardman Animations claymation movie into real life. It was Fecklad. I feel like I want to, you know, finish my thought, so to speak. I want to take this episode of Star Trek Deep Space Nine, convert it into claymation, and then decide where that technology goes next. They're dropping a lot of gold. $299, $297, those are big numbers. I do feel like, because AI is always going to be, like, the wibbliness is from the fact that you just can't get AI to be totally stable. Like, it's always going to generate things that are a bit different than it did last time. And with pretty much anything other than realism, that's fine. But having that wibbliness in realism is just a different kind of unrealism, which maybe would be awesome. I don't know. You could maybe just ask it, like, for realism from a real thing, and it would just generate madness. Glorious, glorious madness. More furries. Oh. I would like one shield, please. That is how I live. Sometimes, to a limited degree. Hello? What was the function in the game of that hallway? Like, why was it even there? 500 gold? Look at all that gold. That's enough to buy some, I assume, some, I don't know. They spared no expense with their 2 sound effects, says Dan in chat. If you thought the 2 sound effects were good, wait until you see the 3 tiles in their tile set. Ka-ching! How much money do I have? I have 45,000. That is quite excessive. I am in the money. Do. Oh, hello. I was just gonna walk right past you. You are not even worthy of my time. I am in the gold, says Veclad. She realized her head is massive. It's like a bobblehead, says Dan in chat. And yet, well, I think her head has to be massive because if her head was normal size, it would be smaller than each tit. And they weren't quite willing to go that far. You know, when an anime antagonist decimates a stronghold, they do it themselves and even pass people like they're nothing. Yes, Van Whippen. What? So are we the baddie? Yes, Van Whippen. I mean, we are, like, this entire game, all we do is genocide. Like, that's the game. We just commit genocide against the gnolls and then commit genocide against the... Like, this game is just fetch quests, and somehow each fetch quest is fetch ye a genocide. Why do the barrels all explode? Yeah, and just take their belongings, says Van Woodman. Yep, they're my belongings now. They don't need them. It's not genocide when you're the protagonist. It's just rough and tumble. And that's why we have perpetual war. Hooray! Just gonna stand here for a bit. Recover my mana the boring way. That whimper is a sad whimper, Van Whitman. Okay, that barrel I can just walk through. Okay. I sure am something. I'm poisoned and I'm on fire. Everything's going very well for me. Let's go ahead and see if I can do something about this whole poisoned and on fire thing. Oh, that was an excess, but fine, whatever. I guess since I am poisoned, maybe mumble, something makes sense, something. You got a great asp. Now, Joshua, when you said resource management instead of management, were you referring to our great hero's resource management? Because you were either making a pun or a typo, and I need to know which. So long as I'm poisoned, like, that'll just go away on its own, so I may as well walk around. Our protagonist has some incredible resources to manage. Somebody gets this joke. How dare you, Joshua? You should have taken credit for it anyway. It's nothing! Always love to find me some nothing. I mean, the enemies are always, you know, on the offensive. And that makes it okay, probably. Nothing or elongating the most wondrous adventure this side of Twin Peaks, says Dan in chat. It's not this side of Twin Peaks. The most wondrous adventure this side of Twin Peaks is... I could barely even, like, construct that joke. something, Twin Peaks, something, character art, something. Do the joke yourself. You'll figure it out. Just gonna let my fire elemental be burned to death. How does my map look? Like I've gone in a big ol' circle. Love going in big circles. Love fighting too many enemies. I've received 100 messages today with Restream chat. Why burn a fire elemental, asked Van Women? I don't know, ask the enemy. I didn't do it. Precision of clicking. Zoot. Okay, I get it. I have bigger problems than mana, I understand. Restream chat, how many messages you received since the beginning of time, asked Specklad. It used to be, and probably still is, that it doesn't even track how many messages I've received today. It only tracks, even match. It only tracks how many I've received in this particular connection to the Restream chat server. Let's see here. Let's use restoration. And see if I can cure myself that way a little bit. And then I do still need that mana that I conveniently scrolled away from because these are in no particular order. Things are, a bit, a bit bad, but I'll be fine. Now I'll be fine. Probably. Probably? Probably not. Problem is that I'm low on everything. Yeah, that's the problem, isn't it? The problem is that I'm low on everything. If you lose, does that mean you'd have to... you would have gone tits up, says Joshua in chat. I feel like this character dies prone, not supine. So runaway time. I think after this Gnoll warrior is dead, it might be runaway time. Gnoll soldier. Okay, this is an easier one. I should be fine with this one. We're losing, says Joshua in chat. No, we're not. Doing fine. Oh, damn, the barrels explode, but that's not a booby trap. That's just, when you want to open a barrel, the way you open a barrel is you explode it. Why? How do you open barrels? Specklad, it costs too much. Like, I was right around here... and just, trying to stay alive. I understand that, yeah, I should have brought my elemental back so that I would have the elemental on the team. But, it never works. But it costs, 1.5 to 2, depending on how many failed casts there are, so... I'm fine, Joshua. I don't need to head back anywhere and buy anything. The problem is there's a town portal, but it only goes one way. It only goes to town. So there's no Diablo style town portal that leaves a portal there for you to get back with. Do you want to attack? Thank you. Just stand here for a bit and hope that nobody finds me. I've obviously found, the center of operations here, and since I've killed all their soldiers, probably they don't have much fight left in them. Ka-ching. I'm just gonna try and sort of cover this whole big open area here, just to clear it, really. Just to clear it. Oh dear. Speaking of just to clear it. So that's a guard. That's no big deal. That's a guard. That's a soldier. Okay. It's the warriors that are a real problem. According to Specklad's map, there are 12 gnolls in this open area. And we killed, I think, 4 over there, and 2 more over there, which is 6. Here's 3 more. That's 9. But the warriors were the real problem, and it seems like we probably killed all of them, so I think we're fine. So we're going to mop up the gnoll women, children, the sick, and the elderly, as Van Whitman. Well, that's why we're going through here. The first couple layers, because they're all trying to protect the women, children, sick, and elderly. These are the warriors, but once we've killed all the warriors, that's when we can really ramp up the genocide. You gotta get to that level first. There's a few steps. I mean, when our video game hero wants to commit a genocide, she has to really do it right, See, no problem. It's the fact that they all end up near each... Well, this one just isn't interested. This one is like, the cleric's probably got it. Oh, crap, the cleric didn't have it. Usually they gang up. Sometimes they just freeze. That's similar to ganging up, but without the ganging up part. Ka-ching. That guard was going to retire tomorrow, says Van Whitman. Well, that guard retired today, so you're welcome, Boobs, our protagonist. It's breathing. It's an anime shame you can't pick up anything. I mean, damn, that was just like RPGs of this era. I guess this is, it was into the there exist NPCs era, but like this was still in the era where if you're out in the open world, everyone just dies. Like everyone you encounter is an enemy. In fact, I would say that the Baldur's Gate series are more of an exception to that rule than the rule. It's it just is what it is. You wander around, every single living thing wants you dead, and so you kill them all. And you never question for a second why every living thing wants you dead. Let me guess, locked. My guess was wrong. Yes. Oh, hello. Do these titles mean anything to me? This one's a guard. It's basically just giving me the enemy's job description. Like, the soldier and the guard are both green here, as in they're safe opponents, so they're, comparable in efficacy. Therefore, do I care about the distinction between them? I mean, the guard didn't guard well enough for stop... We had a good conversation. I like how I opened up this path. I know it's there. I know it's available to me, but I'm following the left wall. Skeleton infantry. There's a skeleton infant in here. What was he doing in a barrel? Man, the audio is already starting to be troublesome. Just basically checking that it is using AC97 and not Sound Blaster. Maybe it should be using Sound Blaster. Maybe that would work better. It's like genuinely worth a try to use Sound Blaster. Friggin' Null Priests! Weren't they Null Clerics before? I guess the Null Priests and Null Clerics are maybe not the same thing. What happens if you run this emulator in wine, Aspect Lad? It works! Oh, that was a level up. So it seems to kinda work, but then I have seen it just straight up crash, and so I just don't trust it. Okay, let's see what we can level up here. Can't level up that. We can level up shielding, which I'm certainly using a lot here. I can level up freeze, and I could level up regen, but I feel like if I level up these three are what I'm kind of sticking with for now. So let's level up shielding to major shielding 3. I could even level it up more. Freeze is doing well enough already, and I just now can level it up, so let's get all the way up to major shielding 4. Now, no one will be able to hurt me. No one will hurt me ever again. Oh, okay. I was sitting here like, I was waiting for this to regenerate, but that's not how it works. So I can't actually use my new shielding, until my old shielding goes away. That's faintly annoying. Okay, so there's the next level. I don't feel like going to the next level before clearing out this level, though. Map, please. So I've actually, other than this place here and this place here, I've explored pretty much everywhere just by following their left wall. You know, as silly as it is, I do kind of feel like switching to Sound Blaster. Just see, because it does feel like an audio problem, and so often when there's this kind of slowness, it turns out to actually be the audio drivers. Or not slowness, but just, it's like audio cutting. Yeah, I'm gonna try switching to Sound Blaster. I'm gonna see whether that does anything useful. Okay. I feel like the volume is down. Right, I was gonna check out this inner area over there. What's this? You don't have virus protection, SpecLad? I also don't have network access for this emulated system, so if viruses manage to worm their way through the Debian host into Windows XP, then they deserve it. If they make that journey, then they get whatever they get, which is not much, I guess, just this game. I vaguely remember AVG being a name, Dan. I mean, I haven't used an antivirus program. I can't remember the last. I remember antivirus programs being a thing, and then I switched to Debian, and that was 2001. Okay, so that just connects through. I think it'll probably be faster for me to loop around this way to find that last area. I mean, the only reason, of course, is that most viruses were for Windows. They did make antivirus software for Linux, but most of what it usually did was just scan for Windows viruses. It was just basically being a good internet citizen. Like, you know, oh, well, this file actually has this Windows virus. Doesn't affect me, but I don't want to pass it on, so I guess I'll be nice. That was a way down. This is also a way down. Interessante. Interesting. I'm going to take this way because it's where I am. There's no enemies to test my sound with. Oh, there's an enemy. Sound is not working. Oh, wait. I know why the sound is not working. This is a different issue that when you load the state with this game running, it doesn't reload the sound. So, oops. I am causing problems upon problems. I'm going to finish this battle and then solve that the correct way. Dan suggests that antivirus programs now are mostly to deal with the virus known as Windows. There definitely were antivirus programs for Pocket PC, Joshua. But again, like 90% of what they did is scan for desktop Windows viruses. You want to, like, fully unload or no? I guess. Oh, no, I actually had to fully reboot the Pocket PC for that to work. Never mind. There we go. Now, all audio problems are fixed forever, definitely. Oh, and my shielding ran out, so we'll get to see what the mega shielding feels like. Wow. I'm feeling super shielded right now. Well, if they wanted me to go into doors, they shouldn't have put them on the right. What kind of a psychopath puts doors on the right? Look at that major shielding. Maybe, I don't know. I feel majorly shielded. Kinda. I mean, I'm taking damage seemingly at just about the same rate, but whatever. Just... What if every level of the spells literally just makes them take more mana? It doesn't do anything else. Like, there's literally no benefit to major shielding 4 versus 3. Should have been general shielding by now, says SpecLad in chat. Should have been admiral shielding by now. I don't know why it would be promoted out of the army and into the Navy. I just, like, that was the first word that came to my head that felt like it was above general, but it's not. I mean, maybe it is in, I don't know. It's just a different branch. Look at my well-used freeze spells. Jump up general does only generalissima, says SpecLad in chat. There's a scene in Seinfeld where the postmaster general says, "I'm not just a postmaster, I'm also a general." It's very, that to me is very amusing, and it's so patently false and just good wordplay. Good, fun wordplay. Dan, Commodore shielding is what I had to deal with when Malo gave me a Commodore where the heat shielding was all rusted out. That's not heat shielding, it's RF shielding. Although it does also act as the heat sink, so I guess it's kind of heat shielding too. Heat shielding for when the Commodore needs to re-enter the atmosphere, says Froglok in chat. I mean, there definitely have been computers of very similar make to the Commodore that have re-entered the atmosphere, so... Did you manage to get it fixed, Stan? Yeah, it works great now. I mean, I didn't manage to get the RF shield fixed in any meaningful sense. It's definitely like, it is corroded through. It's not just surface corrosion. But I got it cleaned up as best I could. It had to go back in because of how the computer's put together. I couldn't just leave it out. Very annoying. So when are going to play the Bard's Tale 2 on a real system, that's glad. I rate the probability of my doing that as -2%. Apologies if you can hear a little bit of background sound. I've got my window fan on because it's a hot day. It's like 6 degrees or something. Let's see what the temperature actually is. Oh, it's 4 degrees. Okay. I thought it was a little bit warmer than it is. I didn't bother to use freeze on that one. It just didn't even occur to me for some reason. Exactly, Dan. That's why I need some air circulation. Need the window fan on. Exactly, Joshua. The heat has already given me some kind of heat-related fatigue, which is why I am almost joyfully playing this video game. I'm on level 3, Specklad. There were 2 staircases down, so for all I know, I took the wrong one and I'm just on a dead end. That's exactly the thing, Dan, is that I am, while I am in a, like, outside is not cold, but cool enough. Inside, I keep forgetting to do this. Inside, I am in a room with 3 computers, which have 4 graphics cards. In total, not each, but in total. Boy, these fetch quest adventures sure are fun. I sure am experiencing fun right now. What was your quest in this area again? As Specklad, as far as I know, just genocide, kill the Blackborough Knoll leadership. So you know we're gonna eventually get to the leadership, but first we're gonna kill every single Knoll. Let's see what our excuse was for killing leadership. Discover a kid. Wow, that's it. I mean, basically, the Knolls are causing problem. Yeah, when I've got my dual 7900 XTXs running hot, making contraptions, it is unlivable in this room. So Van Whitman, I have a like a floor fan, like not like a box fan, a smaller fan than that, but still, you know, a pretty decent sized floor fan that just sits next to my naked computer, and when I have both GPUs running, blows into my computer for extra airflow. Command center personnel only. No one would break their way into here. Well, I haven't explored much of this level, but, you know, I am following the left wall. Therefore... And, of course, I have a window fan in, and that window is pretty much always open. Except, of course, when it's actually hot out, then it's AC instead of window fan mode. We're on floor 3 of the furry layer, Master Dragon. Van Whitman, my window is open, my window fan is on, it is 4 degrees outside. That is keeping it pleasantly, just, you know, a pleasant temperature in here rather than hot. Heat, man. It is tough dealing with heat. There's so much heat. Waste energy. But we are... I mean, I guess, okay, in fairness, we've encountered no female Knolls. But Also, if we kill every male gnoll, that is just as effective at destroying the species. Oh, well, great. Good for me. Okay, the elemental will deal with the other one, and I'll deal with this one. That seems like a pretty fair deal. What if female gnolls are soldiers as well, asked Van Whitman. I mean, we had male bandit and female bandit that it felt the need to distinguish that for me. So I'm pretty sure that if any of these were female gnolls, A, it would say female gnoll soldier, and B, she would have tig old minis. Give me my shielding! It's disappointing that this says the spell cast by magician instead of trying to stuff my handwritten name into there. Okay. Okay. Fight this Nolger. Oh, another Nolger. Then freeze. Wahaha. We established in the previous game, Dan, that magic is stored in the breasts in this game universe, so she was respected for her incredible magical potential. Neat. Watch, there's gonna be nothing over here, too. It's just gonna be another dead end. A dead end with a gnoll in it! That's a good, I mean, it's a terrible line of inquiry, but that's a good line of inquiry, Dan. Like, if magic is stored in the breasts, then breastfeeding becomes quite a complicated affair. Although, you know, it's magic of child rearing, mumble mumble, it kind of almost makes sense. A big empty room. Oh, I just came round in a big circle, that's why, okay. It's like, this is nothing. Troop commander's quarters! Well then, it's time for the troop commanders to die. It's time to restore my mana first. I wish it showed how long you have left on your spells. It just means child rearing becomes magical, says Van Whitman. Since when was child rearing anything but magical? Die, Gnoll Commander. The Gnoll Commander is also green? Okay, am I over-leveled for this area? It's kind of feeling that way. I was really expecting... Well, wait, because we already fought, like, the Gnoll Warriors were white, like, equal. Well, I did get 1 level since then, but only 1? Like, surely 1 wouldn't be enough to move something from tough to easy. I mean, in spite of being green, they did take me down to half health. What level is the commander aspect of that? I don't think they have levels. Maybe they do. I don't remember checking. Well, there's at least 1 commander left, so once I'm healed up, once I'm in battle with that commander, I'll check. Actually, I guess I probably don't even need to be in battle. I just need to highlight it. Level 15. I am level, what, 18? Oh, yeah. I'm a couple levels above them. I largely forgot that every enemy also had a level spec lad, but it's once I remembered that this entire screen exists. Yes, they're vulnerable to fire, but you know, whatever. I use ice. Well, what this is, I'm pretty sure I pointed this out with the previous game, but like 1 level is a lot in this game. You gain 1 level and it's like, oh, now the enemies are made of tissue paper. I see. I'm gonna wait for it to be a little bit higher before I try to cast this again. Stop fizzling. I'm hoping that if I kill every gnoll, then it will become obvious why I'm killing every gnoll. That's my main goal here. If I kill every single gnoll who lives, then I might realize why I'm doing that. That's, you know, that within the realms of RPGs, that's a pretty reasonable goal. There's nothing here. Why? I'm just like one man or one woman death squatting their entire species. Yeah, we're not the good guy. We're just not. Like we just it's fine. We're playing a video game. We don't have to be the good guy, but we need to really just internalize that fact. Ka-ching. This. Okay, I've already been down there. There's just like a couple areas I haven't visited yet, but one of them is right where I'm going. Command post. Now I'll really get to... What's the distinction? Well, I guess, yeah, that was the commander's quarters. Maybe they're actively commanding right now. I was just slaughtering the off-duty ones. Must follow left wall. Must follow left wall. Imagine after all this you fight... Imagine after this, all you fight are null pups, says Van Whitman in chat. Seems pretty likely. I mean, that seems to be what I'm fighting anyway. Turns out it's literally a post with command written on it, says Dan in chat. I mean, given how much fight these commanders have in them, I wouldn't even be that surprised. How many commanders has been? Maybe that's why they're not a very effective fighting force. They promote everyone to the same level, so the whole hierarchy breaks down. That makes it pretty clear that I did, in fact, do one of them genocides. Now that you have committed genocide against the entire gnoll species, you have time to search the command room. You find several maps and charts on the walls. One map in particular catches your eye. This map represents a valley surrounded by towering mountains on 3 sides. The location is not familiar to you, and the map is not labeled except for the notation, Staging Area. Charts on the opposite wall indicate that several troops of Blackborough gnolls under the command of Tranix Darpon... Paws, did they all end with paw? Oh god. Tranix Darpaw have been assigned and moved to the staging area to await further orders. This explains the low number of gnolls you encountered here. Another chart details a daily courier schedule between the staging area and Blackborough. You can intercept the courier. If you can intercept the courier, you may be able to learn more information about the gnolls and their plans. If you hurry, you should be able to catch the courier before he leaves Genyos Hills and vanishes into the vastness of the plains of Karana. I did have that thought, Joshua, and just decided to sort of ignore it. Just you know, just one of those impulses. Thanks, Joshua. Thanks for your service to everyone. Apparently I cleared him out. I did a great job of clearing him out. Only the commanders count. So is my goal literally just chase... Yeah, okay. So just, I don't know, go back to the surface, I guess. But first I have to follow the left wall. Much left fall wallowing. I have to wallow in the fall. I have to wallow that left fall. Wait, now I have to kill the gnoll mail delivery, asked Joshua in chat? Well, yeah. I mean, that's still a gnoll. We're supposed to genocide the entire species here. Neither rain nor sleet nor Tits the Magician. Look, we've found a den full of furries, and we're just dealing with them in true Florida fashion, okay? Ka-ching! How's the map looking here? I mean, there's that little corner, but I think pretty much I just have to go back up again. It would probably be faster for me to town portal and then walk down, but in terms of making sure I sap all of the experience I can out of this place, it's better for me to do it quote-unquote correctly. Yes, that is the entrance over there, so I will go that way. Oh, hello. A door. This is also a command center? Or maybe that's a sign for the command center I just came out of. These are soldiers, not commanders. Oh no, 3 gnoll soldiers. Well, since I've now discovered I don't even have to actually click to fight, just gonna grab some candy and totally pay attention to the video game. 100% attention, pay only to the game. No division of my attention. None whatsoever. 1 killed gnoll equals 1 candy, says Speculate in chat. If I count up the ones I've already killed, given that I'm genociding the entire species, then that's diabetes. What a truly exciting, downright intoxicating video game. Gonna wait for my pet to heal up too. So I'm betting that this whole path down here, like there were 2 staircases on the level below, I'm betting that this whole area, in fact probably this whole area, is from the other staircase. But given that I have made a commitment to committing genocide against this entire species, I'm gonna leave this way. It's only fair, really. It's the right thing to do.